Central Plains High School Band, and we will be performing Chorale from the Planets, then Kentucky 1800 by Barton.
Jupiter. Corral. I am strange. I use imagination when I play my instrument. I put a lot of work into playing in a practice room and getting the right notes. And then when I'm performing, I use my imagination to make a musical. So usually I'm telling a story of some kind in my head. And I'm trying to get that to sound like that so the people behind me can understand what story I'm trying to give. And that's hard. When I was in high school, I did all the dynamics. I did everything. I didn't play musical. It wasn't until I got to college and several years into college I started really feeling when you play. But I think if you can use your imagination, you can start doing it. So when we're talking about this chorale, call it from the planets or Jupiter?
Oh, I meant to say from Jupiter, but it's from hosts, the planets. Yeah.
I think that's the same heavenly. Floating in the clouds type stuff. And when you play, you can't play heavy, or it's going to fall through the clouds and you're going to crash. Let's start the kid. I don't care about right and wrong notes. I care about what you're thinking. I want you to play heavenly. Very good. It's hard to see. You have an E flat at the beginning. Oh, go back and look at that. Or is that a B flat? Probably a B flat. It's hard to tell on scores.
Well, no, that's oh. C.
B flat? Okay, you're playing an F. Now, brass players have a lot harder time. Brass players have a lot harder time because you finger a note, but you don't know, you have like 6 notes to choose from. And this was a lot higher than what you were trying to play. Can you play that note for me? It's open.
He's got a C. So it's 1 and 3, but it's up above that A flat.
So are you playing it up or are you playing it down? Okay, so it's just first one. It's higher than. So you have all the notes to choose from. Play all those notes in the first bell. You have to start lower. Go higher. Higher. Exactly. So you gotta know what that feels like to get that note. The lower one is 1 and 3. Higher one just first. Okay. And you did a very good job of playing heaven. Make sure you connect all the notes. We're going to slur everything. Don't let anything accent. They're all smooth. And you're going to give a little push, a little breeze on the dynamics and come back down again. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. There you go. So when you're doing saxophone, you got to make sure you get louder and softer. So the first note is play your first note for me. So it's da 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 da. You gotta get louder and then back softer. Ready? Don't forget to get softer. Once you get louder, it's softer. So at 5, it doesn't show you any everything in the first measures, but what should you be doing at 5? Every time it gets higher, you get louder. Every time it gets lower, you get softer. You want to float on that cloud up and down. And that note is still, play your first note at 5. It's first vowel. Oh, I'm probably looking at the wrong one. It's probably the same note as at the beginning. No, it's lower. Okay.
It's first valve.
Yeah.
It's eighth.
Now, when you play, have you played too long? It's important that you open your teeth up. Now, you should have a gap between your teeth. You can't get a finger in there, but you can get the tip of your finger in. And you're playing, I think you're playing with your teeth closed. And you're blowing through. But you gotta, it's drop your jaw a little bit and have a gap between your teeth. It goes from just opening your mouth up will make a big difference. So you always, trumpets do that too. You open your teeth. Okay, we're at 5. Do your dynamics even if they're not marked. 1, I see you. It's very important that you keep that embouchure, the muscles around the instrument, the mouthpiece, tight, firm. You're gripping like you're sucking on a real thick milkshake. Okay? Right. Let's do the very end. I don't want to spend more time on the second song. Let's do the coda. You see where you got a double F? That's the glory of the planets. You gotta let that shine, and then the next measure, you're floating. Okay? Right on the coda. Do it. Soft. Embouchure tight. 2. Same high note, right? So you gotta pull your mouthpiece against your teeth. You gotta tighten up by the high note. That's it. And open your teeth at the same time. Good job. All right, I'll let you go. Thank you very much, guys.
And you'll be singing Falling Star by Franklin.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the worlds are, like a diamond.
be careful of some of our vowels, especially the THEs. I get a lot of the instead of the, so I need a little bit more. I saw a star, I saw a star instead of a star. Just things like that. Slide and ending consonants. We've seen hold, wide, a lot of things like that, where we've got those ending consonants. Be aware of those. Can we start, Cindy, top of page 3? So that's I saw a star slide down the sky. Yeah. Slide down, and you slide. If you don't put the D on slide, it becomes slide down. I saw a star slide down the. It's almost like a double D. Okay? It's hard to do. And then that wide or hold, if you'll put that D in right there. Try it right there. Start a little softer.
I saw a star slide down the sky.
Yeah, see, slide down? Yeah, slide down. Try to put that in there just a little bit. Right where you come in. 2, ready, go.
I saw a star slide down the sky, lighting the north as it went by, too burning and too quick to hold.
Okay, too burning and too burning and too quick to hold. Those little things like that. Little differences that make a little bit. Can I hear very beginning, twinkle, twinkle? So really tune in on this. You did a good job of keeping the pitch right where it needed to be, okay? It's sort of the inside part that I'm losing just a little bit in the second measure. 2, ready, go.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Yeah, now, so second, twinkle, twinkle, little star. That pitch right there. Little star, how I wonder what you are. This is when you get that first one right there, that second one. Take a look and can I get that one cleaned up just a little bit, okay? Lacey said, nice group. Way to go, good job. Okay, keep working on dynamic contrast too, so that you've got direction inside lines. And can I clean up a couple of those little spots? Listen to each other for balance. Okay, most of the time we're pretty good. Every once in a while I tend to lose the middle part. Okay, thank you so much.
This is Central Plains Mixed Ensemble. We'll be singing Agnus Agnus Dei, arranged by Webb.
Agnus Dei, great all is the God of beauty.
On use. So we're gonna get rid of that G, right? So it's there, but we're not gonna pronounce it, so say on use.
On use.
Perfect. So that means we already fixed like, I don't know, 79 times that we say that word, right? Alright, so go to the top, would you? Do you mind if we work for a little bit? Do you mind? Yeah, we don't mind. Here we go. Alright. Now, who sings at the top? Yeah. Alright. So can we make sure that we're nice and prepared for that? We're not breathing right before we sing, and I want you to make it a really tall aw. Can you all say aw? Good. Now I want the corners of the mouth to come in, so instead of aw, almost like an AW. Yeah, here we go. Aw. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. She's gonna give us the whole intro. Do you mind? It's so this. Ready? Are all ready? What did we say that song was called? On use. So it's like an NY. On use. On use. Now do it like 5 times. On use. And tenors and basses, you too, because you're going to say it too, right? Here we go. Do you ever say it? Yeah, you do. Come on, here we go. On use.
On use. On use. On use.
Good. Okay, the 4 was good. All right, one more time, and I won't bring you in early this time. Are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Give that all.
On use. On use. Quitolis peccata mundi. On use. On use. Miserere nobis. Miserere nobis.
So it has this really fun rhythm that you get to do, and this carrying over the balance of quitolis peccata. Anytime you have sort of that stretchy part of the word, can we do something with it? Yeah, can we energize like on use, right? So anything that's not short, like the ends of those phrases, can we energize? Put a teeny little crescendo for each of those, yeah? Guess what? You're gonna do it again. Here we go, from the top. Oh, I didn't hear any on use, by the way, and I'm so proud of you. Yeah! Can you do that? You don't get the intro this time.
On use. On use. Quitolis peccata.
Yeah.
On use. On use. Miserere nobis. Miserere nobis.
What I would love to is for you to finish those phrases like you meant to. So instead of we energize all the way, let it go. Can you finish like you meant to? So please finish those 2 beats, yeah?
Yes.
Come on! All right, here we go. Now we're at page 4 and everybody's in, yeah? And what I want you to be aware of this time, like I said, we're gonna make those ends of phrases just a little bit longer. Dr. Foley, will you tell me when to be quiet?
I will.
Thank you. Okay, so can we make sure that we finish those phrases, and especially we're mindful of our friends on the stage who are moving during those ends of phrases. For instance, the altos do it, miserere nobis, right? Who's an alto? You're moving there. Yeah. So don't leave them hanging. And then the next time that we do that phrase, guess what? The tenors move. If you're a tenor, raise your hand. Don't. Yeah. Okay, way to go. Don't leave those 2 hanging. Okay. Gonna make it. All right. So can we make sure we go just a fraction further with those? Yeah. All right. Here we go. This is 4 parts, and is it agnus or onus? What?
Onus.
Okay. Good. All right. Here we go. 1, 2. Here we go. No, I want the corners in, the 4 parts. And what are we going to do with on use? Stretch it, pull it. Here we go. Ready? Anyone ever play Bop It? Bop It. That's what I felt like. Okay, anyways. All right. Get your arms ready.
You want to measure?
Oh, sure. Thank
Okay,
you.
here we go.
like that for the listeners is if you do it really well the first time and then you stop doing it, they think, why did I pay big money for this? You gotta keep doing it. So if you set up, on you stay, and then the next time you come to it, it's not as exciting. We wanna get more exciting as we go, right? Right?
Yes.
Just cause it's after lunch, we can have energy. All right, here we go. You ready?
One
You
measure?
ready?
One measure?
Yes, please. Good. So you almost have to go and like right before the bar line. So mi se no bis ti. So you have to wait for the altos to move. So can we just do that phrase mi se and at 26, and let's just slow it down a little bit so that you can hear where the chord changes, and we make sure we're waiting for altos. Then we'll kind of put it back in time. Does that make
Bottom of
sense?
that page, altos, right here.
Okay, so everyone together, we're gonna go right there, and we're gonna just slow down. Ti da da da, ti da da, ti da, breathe. Go on. Everyone capiche? Alright, here we go. 1, 2, and here we go. So you can feel how we have to go for that extra little before they move. One more time, slowly. Can you all see through the eyes? Here we go. That's perfect. 1, 2, and here we go. And we're gonna practice that lift together. Mi, se, do, bis, mi. So that we put on that S together and we're ready to go right on. Yeah? Can we do it? Here we go. Watch me. I'll try and not mess it up. Ready? And. Ah! See, what you knew, I didn't have to say anything that time. Good. Now can we go a little bit closer to tempo? Yeah, but we're gonna take that breath, put the S on, and go right on, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and here we go. Good. So you get to win all the points in the world. It's either sopranos and altos get all the points or tenors and basses. So who can do the most with that stretchy line? So sopranos and altos, you sing and then you come in tenors and basses qui tollis peccatum. So if you can do that better than they can do the on, you get all the points. All right, here we go. Ready? They're made up like Hogwarts. All right, here we go. 1. I don't know where we are.
Top
Yep,
five.
top 5. 1, 2. This is soprano and altos. On. 1, 2, and here. Oh, and now we know where we are, right? We got it. Here we go. One more time. That was really good. Sopranos and altos. So far you're winning, but only because the tenors and basses didn't know where we were, right? All right, here we go. 1, 2, and.
Yes?
I really, really like that. I don't know. I made that up, and now I don't know who gets points. I don't know. Maybe no one. All right. Would you do the end for me? Yeah.
Starting at
We were already almost there. Let's just go at 44. Can you just go on from where you were, y'all, to the end? Yeah. And when we have these long chords at the end, so no, be, pa. So if you're not moving, you still need to tries like your note is gonna move. Does that make sense? Yeah? Alright, here we go. But I want you to get excited to the end. Here we go. Because there's so many of you and you all are like doing such a great job, can we try where you sneak breaths instead of taking a breath through this whole last section? So don't take like a meaningful breath anywhere altogether as a group. Do you know what I mean by sneak a breath? So don't take it when your partner's taking it next to you, right? So can we go right there, bottom of 7? Yes, 54. Yes, ready, and don't breathe. Good. Hey, I really like that. Now, can you get bigger, and then that way your decrescendo toward the end, which is gorgeous, will be even more effective. And can you almost over-exaggerate your pa-chem? Pa-chem. And then give me a nice at the end, yeah? One more time, same place. I like the real breath. Can we do it again? Yes. I'm working hard here. I'm like sweaty. Here we go. Fuller. Big. You can make it a very nice, full, loud, forte here. Go ahead. Remember I said don't breathe. So definitely don't breathe right before chest. Yeah? Do it again. Here we go. I'm singing. Here we go. Ahead. Good. And the fun thing about an M is it's a voiced consonant. Does anyone know what that means? No? It's all it means is you can put sound on it. It's such a like hoity-toity way to say that, right? But so at the end when she goes boom, you can do pa-chem. That way we all close together and it's like who the chord finishes and it's really nicely timed with the piano. By the way, you play excellently. Did we do anything? Did we fix it? Yes. Hey, great job. Thanks for letting me hang out with you and good luck the next time you get to sing this and other things, yeah? All right. Have a good day.
Hello, I'm Sierra Marcel from Central Plains, and I will be playing Rondo by Cooper. 1, 2.
rondo is a dance, and it's in the, I don't know what area. The guys wore big puffy pants and did everything. They bow and they do all sorts of stuff. And you gotta kind of have to picture that as you're playing. These people going back and forth and dancing and being all pomp and circumstance and being all cool. The high D, you're making it an accent. Da-da-bum. It should be short but not loud. Da-da-da-dum. Can you do that slur from a C to a D and try not to kick it with extra air? Just stop it because it's short. Yeah. So every time you did that note, and it happens all over the place. It's kind of like the lady is stumbling over a crack in the floor, and you want to make it smooth. So you want to make sure that you make it the same volume as a C. We have, do you have your measures numbered?
Yes.
So measure 7, third note. That's an E natural.
Measure 7.
Measure 7, it's the last note, last measure of the second line. The third note, that's an E natural, that's thumb, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh.
Little
yeah.
finger, and you're playing E flats. It happens, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Yeah, at least 4. So those E naturals will sound better. So you're going from an F to an E natural, F to E naturals. I mean, you don't play E natural very often. Can you play me high F? And then E natural? Alright, so go da, 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 da. Can you do the whole run? Yeah, I'm just worried about the first 6 notes. Do it one more time. Yeah. So you make sure you get your articulation right. Ta 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 ta. Do those 6 notes again.
Dang it.
Ta ha ta ha. So that just needs to be done like 10,000 times until it becomes easy. It becomes natural, and it has to be that many times because you've done it wrong as many times as you practiced, and now you got to change the slurs and you got to change that E natural. Okay. When you get done with a note like a measure 9, 1 before 10, that F. When you get done with a phrase, you start to relax and the pitch goes flat. So you need to keep everything stiff and the air going all the way through so that F doesn't go F. It goes flat on you as you're holding it. Every time you end a phrase, it does that. So can you do 2 before 10 and play those 2 measures? And it's only to pay attention to the last note and make sure it stays in tune all the way through. Yeah, no problem at all. If you're thinking about it, it's an easy peasy. But you have it like before 31, you have it at the end of the song, and that's a natural thing. That's what humans do, is you get done the phrase and you relax and then the pitch falls. And it just takes away from a beautiful performance. So we need to make sure we get that concentration level left at that all the time. Let's see. We got the high D's, we want to make those easy, but want to fix the E naturals. Oh, I wanted to do, I could see these guys, the guy going down to one knee and bowing, and then the lady comes up and do all sorts of stuff. I think that was around 10. Can we start? And you didn't count those rests right before 19. And it's hard because you probably haven't played with the accompanist very often, but she gets done with her little diddly for 8 measures, and then you have a 1, 2, ba, da, da, and you wanted to come in on count 1, but it starts on count 3, so you gotta make sure you guys are on the same page there. Can we start the 2 beats before 19? Okay. give you 1, 2, and then ba da da da. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Go ahead, join her. You hear the accents? Okay. My point was the first 4 measures are soft, and then all of a sudden it gets back to that main theme again, and that's loud again. So can we make a contrast there? So pick up to 19, all that is soft, and then all of a sudden we get back to the loud and completely different style. So the soft is going to be smoother and connected, and the other part is going to be louder. Same spot. Ready? 1, 2. That's even more bold right there. It's double F. So you need to make sure you have enough energy to play that even bigger than what you just now did. So every time you have contrast. That's what makes music so interesting is all the different levels of dynamics. And you gotta hunt for the places that are trying to trick you up. You gotta find the places that want you to do that. And it just makes the music so much more professional if you're able to get that done. You're a smart lady, I can tell you're learning all that stuff, you're just letting all that soak in, and I'm not making you cry, that's amazing. You're doing great on all that. You pay attention to those few things and you'll be great for regionals. Thank you.
I'm Cale Thompson from Central Plains, and I'll be playing Minuet by Mozart.
Cale, it's hard to tell on all this music what you're supposed to do, but that SF in the first measure, they just want that note accented. The whole thing's loud, so it's not all the notes in those three measures. So it's da 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 da. Okay, so it's not da 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 da. It's too elephant-like or dinosaur-like. Can you try that for me? Yeah. Once you practice so long, it's hard to fix it. You got the idea. You understand what I mean. The first note is still going to be softer than an SF. That's a heavy accent. So everything's going to be double F except for those Fs, and they're going to be harder. Da 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 da. So when you work it out, you can work that out. And this is another dance, and a minuet is where you feel it's a 3/4 beat, but you feel like one beat per measure. So it needs to go just a little bit faster. Da 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 da. Alright, so as you work this out, do it enough that you can start speeding up. And I think as you practice it, it'll naturally go a little faster. Alright, so at the end of measure 4, measure's number, do you know where I am?
Yeah.
You got a piano mark in there. Got to have a huge difference. I mean, we're gone past double Fs and very heavily accented notes, and all of a sudden we get to a piano. It's like, what? It's whispering. And that's going to take a lot of control on your part. So that whole thing is soft, and then you see at the very end of that phrase, measure 7 and 8, it's even getting softer. So that takes a lot of work. This is a exciting piece. And then measure 9, I'm on the second line, second measure. We're back to loud, but it's not as loud as the beginning. So you're going to be speaking a normal sound, but you're still doing the heavy accents on the first count. In Mozart time, you want to approach the trills from the note above. So the second line, the last two measures, that trill, you want to start that trill from the E. Instead of going from the D up to the E, you want to start on the E, go down to the D. So it's da, da, dum. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you do that measure, that C, da, da, dum? Right, and you got to figure out how many blah, blah, blah you're going to have in there so it comes out right to the next note. And it has to be that way every time. You can't have a random so many times. It's like you only have one count, so you're not going to have time to go bum. Maybe just a couple times and you're up to the E. Okay, do those three notes again. And the first note is going to be a little longer. Not the first note of the trill. Da da. There you go. Now every trill is that way, and you have several of them. So we're in the trio, halfway through that line. Same thing, this one you're going to start on a high F sharp. So it's D, da, 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 da. Do that. Yeah, but it trills up, it starts on the high F sharp above the E, because it's in a key signature, right? No F natural. Just do the trill. Right. And you just got to work how many times. And then on the next one, what are you going to start on? An A. Do that one. And what's cool about this is you're going to have time to do that because they want you to do those little grace notes. Dum, ba, da, da, dum. You got little grace notes in there. You didn't have those grace notes in there before on that one. Do that one again. The G, start on the A. Da, 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 da. Right, and you're just trilling too long. Cause you don't have time to, you only have one beat and it's going by pretty fast. All right, the trio is always a different mood in a song than the rest of the song. So the whole song is doing all sorts of stuff, but the trio says to play with grace. So you need to change the style of playing. Nothing's short any longer, it's gonna be long. Okay? That, with grace, you just need to play like you're sheep grazing on a pasture. Can you do a little bit of the trio for me? Right. And if we learn those new trills, then you start those ones above. All right, then the trio, the triplets at the end of that line is da 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 dum da 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 dum. It really goes fast. You did those too slow. Right, real tricky fingering all that, but it's fun to do, and it's just real graceful, just like you did. At the end, the last line, it has those trills again, but if you learn it once, you got it there because it's just a repeat of what you had. And then you repeat back to the beginning. Again, I agree with the piece that you picked, and I think you're gonna be great. I don't think the first time you played the fourth line down, that E flat, I think the first time you were messing that fingering up, but when you repeat it back, you did it. So I don't have any troubles with those E flats. You know that E flat carries through the whole measure, right?
Yeah.
And then the next measure doesn't have an E flat. It's an E natural, then it goes back to an E flat again, you have two E flats again. Right?
Yeah.
We're good on all that? And you did that the second time, you just didn't get it the first time. Very good. Okay, I think you'll do great. Sit down and work measure by measure and get those trills down. And it's the same thing time after time, so once you get it down, it's a piece of cake, right? Very good, thank you.
Thank you.